Welcome to the NIOS 319 Business Studies lesson on company form of business organizations. By the end of the video, you will learn about joint stock company, characteristic features and kinds of companies, merits and limitations of joint stock company, multinational company and joint ventures. Imagine you want to start a big industry like iron and steel, but partnership has its limitations, unlimited liability, limited funds, and restrictions on partners. So, what's the solution? Enter the superhero of business structures, the joint stock company. A joint stock company is like a club of people, both big and small savers, who come together to invest in a business venture. You can become a shareholder with just 1,000 rupees. Think of it as owning a piece of the company's pie. Now, to become a company, we need the Companies Act 2013. After meeting legal requirements, the company gets its official superhero registration under the Act. And here's a neat definition by Professor L.H. Honey: a company is like an artificial person created by law, with its own identity, and it never dies. A company requires at least 2 members for private companies or 7 members for public companies. But wait, just one person can also start a private company, and it's called as a one-person company. Also, a company never dies. Even if all its members leave or disappear, the company goes on and on, like a never-ending story. Another fantastic power of a company is that your liability as a shareholder is limited to the value of your shares. So, you're not personally responsible for all the company's debts. In a public company, you can sell your shares to anyone without asking for permission. It's like trading cards, but these cards represent ownership in a company. Next, we've got private companies and public companies. Private companies are like a secret club with a limited number of members, while public companies are like a party open to everyone. Now, one of the coolest things about a joint stock company is its ability to raise huge financial resources. With a large number of members, it can gather funds through shares, debentures, and even loans from financial institutions. As a shareholder, your liability is limited to the value of your shares, no more, no less. So, you can take risks without worrying about losing everything. Now that's what I call a shield of protection. A joint stock company has an eternal life. Even if some members leave or vanish, the company goes on, like a never-ending adventure. With a joint stock company, you can unlock the power of large-scale operations. It means super efficiency and lower costs, expanding the realm of possibilities for your business. When it comes to joint stock companies, you can easily buy and sell shares like trading cards. It's like being part of a thrilling stock market game. With great size comes great responsibility, and that's where professional managers come in. Joint stock companies can hire skilled managers to take care of their business. Joint stock companies invest heavily in research and development, coming up with amazing inventions and improvements in products and services. It's like having a laboratory of super geniuses. Even though companies are required to pay taxes, they get some nifty tax exemptions under the Income Tax Act, making their tax burden lighter. But the joint stock company has some limitations too. Creating a joint stock company involves following legal formalities and government regulations. It's like a quest with some hurdles. Companies must follow many acts and regulations, and non-compliance can lead to penalties, making things a bit complex. Some decisions in a company may take time, as they require approval from the board of directors or the general body of shareholders. Keeping secrets can be tricky, as many matters require approval from the board of directors or the general body, which is often open to the public. And when companies become too powerful, they can sometimes misuse their resources and influence, leading to social issues. Now we are going to learn all about choosing the perfect form of business and explore the world of multinational companies. There are different forms of business structures, each with its own unique strengths and weaknesses. It's like selecting the best superpower for your business adventure. We can also explore the simplicity of establishing a sole proprietorship. It's like becoming a one-person superhero team, no complicated formalities required. If you've got loads of money and skills, a one-person business may work. But for big business battles, only a company can raise enough capital and hire expert managers, and with a company, your liability is limited, like a shield of protection. Every company needs stability. Sole proprietorships and partnerships depend on their owners, while companies have a perpetual existence, just like an everlasting superpower. Business should be flexible, like a superhero in action. Companies have more funds and can adapt quickly. Now, let's unlock the formation process of a company. The journey begins with an amazing idea, brought to life by promoters. They gather the resources and set the stage for a new superhero team. Next comes the official registration, the birth of the company. It involves legal documents like the memorandum and articles of association, and the registrar of companies issues the all-important certificate of incorporation. With the certificate of incorporation in hand, the company's adventure officially begins. The world can witness its extraordinary powers. Now, let's venture into the world of multinational companies. Multinational companies are like global superheroes, operating in multiple countries. They have central management, spread their business worldwide, offer top-quality products, and have massive assets. These companies bring fantastic benefits to host countries. They invest foreign capital, create employment, use advanced technology, boost ancillary industries, increase exports, and bring healthy competition. Let's learn about the joint ventures. Imagine two independent firms joining forces like superheroes teaming up to defeat a common enemy. In a joint venture, these firms pool their money, expertise, and management skills to tackle business operations together. They share risks and rewards, just like true partners in crime fighting. Next up, public-private partnerships, PPP. Picture this, the government and private sector working together like a dynamic duo to build infrastructure, just like superheroes teaming up to protect the city. Together, they maintain power, transport, education, healthcare, and more, like a superhero league keeping the city safe. Now, let's explore the concept of private and public enterprises. Private enterprises are the backbone of our mixed economy, contributing to its growth and prosperity. On the other hand, public enterprises are like a team working under the government's guidance. These public enterprises are owned, managed, and controlled by the government, ensuring accountability and equitable distribution of goods and services. But public enterprises also have certain objectives. They strive to promote rapid economic development, generate financial resources, create employment opportunities, and even encourage small-scale industries. Just like superheroes balancing regional growth and accelerating export promotion. Let's begin with the forms of public sector enterprises. Imagine them as unique puzzle pieces that fit together to build a stronger nation. First, we have departmental undertakings. These are like superhero departments directly managed by the government. For example, think of the railways, post, and telecommunications, all crucial services that keep our country running smoothly. Next up, we have statutory, public, corporations. Picture them as superheroes with their own special acts of parliament. They have more autonomy, like superheroes with a bit of extra power. Examples include State Bank of India and Life Insurance Corporation, superheroes helping us with finance and protection. And lastly, let's consider publicly traded corporations. Think of them as racing cars with shareholders in the driver's seat. They adhere to the rules of the stock market, just like professional racers follow a strict set of regulations to compete on the track. Public sector undertakings promote economic development, just as superheroes protect the city from villains. They create employment opportunities, ensure balanced regional growth, and contribute to government revenue. Now, imagine the private and public sectors as a dynamic duo, like Batman and Robin. Together, they drive India's economic growth and balance. Private enterprises bring innovation and competition, while public sector enterprises support essential industries and social welfare. And with those final words, we conclude this lesson. For additional information on this lesson, please look at the content below the video in the online course. To get a list of the important questions and their answers for this lesson, please refer to the guidebook by our publications provided to you with this course for free. It shows you a list of all the questions that have the highest chance of coming in your next exams based on research carried out on previous year question papers. All the best, and I'll see you in the next lesson.